Yeah, everybody panic. Yeah, I forgot what I was doing. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Kitty cat. Meow. Ma. The golem just falling in the distance. Yeah, this usually happens when you have too many sheep. The grass can't grow fast enough for them to get their wool back. Which, I mean, I guess I could make a sectioned sheep pen that has grass in it. So you get like the grazing pen, and you transfer all the sheep from one to the other. I was coming over here to shear the sheep to make more beds, but they don't have any grass to eat. I think they almost ate every bit of grass. I don't think that the grass is going to regrow because underneath these blocks there's no grass. And it used to be they couldn't eat the grass that was under a fence. So you could keep like a grass block under a piece of fence that it would connect to the... This poor sheep is still stuck out here. Turn the fan on. Oh wait, no. But apparently that is not the case anymore. But the other part is grass. The grass mechanics seem different too. Is it used to be that you had to have an adjacent grass block for the grass to spread from that grass block to the other grass blocks, but looks like the grass is just reappearing regardless of whether or not it's adjacent to it. I could be wrong, but I do need to make a grazing pen, which, you know, rather than do the water thing that I was gonna do, if I do a pen that they're stored in on one side, when they eat all the grass on that side, and then as I shear them, they can go from one to the other. I'm gonna have to extend that grass though. I'm gonna have to extend that dirt. Dirt? How did you get out? It must have been the baby sheep. It rains so often. Blah, bloody blah. Take a nap on this soggy bed. What kind of cologne is that you're wearing? I've, never taken a shower, worked with multiple animal farms, and sleep on a soggy, moldy bed. And I never take off my armor. Just normal things, right? What? Jeeps. I'm not sure if bone meal is going to grow grass or not. It might. But the thing that I just now thought of was like, it wasn't under the piece of fence. Like, if a grass is under a piece of fence, they can still get it. But if you put like a piece of grass with fence surrounding it, they can eat this grass, but this grass block will always stay there. Because the sheep used to eat the grass so fast that they couldn't possibly respawn fast enough. So the thing that I'm wondering is, I should probably put pistons here instead of trying to manually put a block, because there's no way I'm going to be able to manually put a block there. And I want to put the block to get from either side probably closer to the edge, so I could stand right here and hold wheat and shear them. And as they come through, if I put a hopper right here on both sides, then I won't need water, and then they'll be able to be, as they get sheared, the wheat or the wool will go through and I'll shear every one of them. Right, but I'm gonna need something to make sure that it moves the sheep away from me, because while I'm holding the wheat, the sheep are gonna continue to be pushing back this way. So no, I do have to build like a water conveyor to make sure that they get pushed that way. But if you just imagine that all of these had wool on them and needed to be sheared, so long as, you know, there was an adequate amount of time for them to get their wool back, this whole section would all have grass in it. So the ones that are getting sheared would be going to a section that had grass in it. And that gives the section that the unsheared sheep, or that gives this section a break for the grass to come back. Which I'm pretty sure that's the same way that it works in real life too, is like you have to rotate which field you allow the sheep to stay in, because otherwise they'll eat everything in the field and it'll completely kill the grass. I'm pretty sure. But this sheep pen that I built is a little bit larger than what I had expected, so I think I might get 3 out of this. But should I bother with 3? I mean, if I just make it down the middle, like however many blocks this is, like, so it would be 221. Well, let's say 220. Minus 273. So the middle block should be like 53. Or no, it'd be 53 divided by 2. 26.5, so let's do 27 plus, what is it, 220? So 247 should be the middle block. Or real close to the middle. Which is weird because that would make it. No, I mean that's closer to a third of both of those. Like if I put one here and one here. So yeah, no, that seems about right. Blah de blah de blah. How am I going to handle the water, though? I mean, the water is going to want to go 8 blocks. It doesn't have to go 8 blocks. And I know that I'm going to have to. So if this is a middle line and this isn't going to be here, I'm just left this here to section them off so I don't have to fight with the sheep while I'm working on this. Now, and before that grows, I want to see if we bone meal dirt, will it grow grass? I mean, the answer is probably no, but... No. It also doesn't spread the grass either. Well, there goes that. I was hoping it was gonna work, but it did not. So, for whatever reason, it just had a flashback to before soul sand could be used for an elevator, and how you'd go sign water source, and I had like a cow elevator to have a multi-tiered cow farm to save horizontal space and just stack the tiers vertically. It was less because it was necessary that I do that, and more just because I felt, I wanted to test to see if it would work. And it did. Because the cows will bounce on the top of the water, so you could even have like a floating water blade, and the cows will like bounce on the top of it. Or at least that's how it used to work. How do I want to do this? So the sheep are here. I'm gonna have to have a piston here. The water thing's gonna go here. I mean, it doesn't have to be 8 blocks, but this is where the 8th block is gonna be. And I mean, I want it to be at least 2 wide. But well, no, that's easier. I just put the fence back. And if they're getting sheared in the water, I mean, I guess what I could do is to make them go to the other pen. I could just move the water manually. I mean, that would be the low-tech solution to it. Because the alternative would be I would have to put the same thing but in reverse on the other side to put them back in the other pen. And I don't really want to waste, or not waste, but use up that much space in the interior for the shearing section. So the 2 pistons are going to go here. This is going to have to be raised so they can't jump up and out. Which is another thing I wanted to test is, can you build a farm block? Will it stay a farm block if you have the water source underneath the farm? Like this whole section, if I turn this into farm section because it's got water underneath the whole thing, like could I just make a very large farm with no water source blocks on the top? Which I meant to test that before, but I forgot about it. And see, there's no grass down here for this to grow. It's got to be like adjacent to the grass. So that's still the same. Unless that was I don't think that was a placed grass block. So no, that isn't the same. blah, de blah, de blah. Blah 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 de blah. Yeah, that's the Farscape theme. I like that show. I mean, it came out, I think, I don't remember when it came out. It was a while ago. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Okay. That's a weird sound. It gave me goosebumps. Ooh. Yeah, I kind of forgot that I was gonna make it go both directions. And again, I don't really want to make it. I don't want to have to. I don't want to rebuild it on the other side. This is still going to be the separating fence area. I guess I could just make it so there's a block over here that is just permanent, so they can just permanently jump back over to the other side. I mean, there's not really any reason to have two, and it's mostly just about being able to separate them from the, it's mostly just about being able to separate them to give the grass a break. So I kind of don't want them to be able to just manually or passively get back over to the other side. So I think I am going to put another piston here, but not close by the wall. This one is just to get them back to the other side, but like with the one piston on and the other piston off, you know, the sets of pistons. Then it'll be able to give the grass a break, like. And if I want to shear them, I mean, there's gonna be, I can just move them back over to the other pen. But it's mostly just about collecting all the wool for me as I shear them. And making sure that there's a pasture that has grass in it for them to eat once they get sheared. I'm trying to figure out how to make it like go both directions. It's just easier to do it this way. Jeeps. What? I was getting dirt. And I kind of need a break from the villagers for a little bit. Ba-moo-ba-ba. Blue, blue. Jeeps. So I guess put the switch for this thing. I guess put it here maybe? Put the one switch here. Jeeps. 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 That should be good. So if I remove this and get some wheat, nope. Let me put a fence gate in here. Do I not have a fence gate over here? I do not. These poor sheep are just jammed in here. I don't want to hit them, but they are not making it easy. Oops. Dead. You got out and now you don't know what to do. You're gonna kill my sheep. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. No. I'm still trying to spit at me. Oh. This, I'm gonna end up killing some of these sheep. Wow, I got him. Where's the lead guy at? Come on, where are the swirling particles? I don't see them. Jeeps. It's just see him fall over here. Ah! I got too much junk in my inventory. Oh, I can do this. Feels like somebody has the heat on like 1,000. Gonna have to turn it off or something. I don't want to get up and like be AFK on the video because like, well, why couldn't you have just edited out that part where you're AFK? Because when you do edits to a video, it takes almost as long to render it with the edits as it does to record it. And I'm kind of lazy. Derp, herby derp. And like, I don't want to put, well, I guess I could do that is, I just could dump everything in the box to, just to test the shearing capabilities, and then I don't have to go back over there to sort through the box to find the stuff that I had to do the shearing test. So the way this should work is I hit this, they jump, then they're able to jump up and over the fence, and they're gonna want to, I mean, I hope I can reach them from up here. And the fence should be high enough to where they can't get out of this section. And then when they're sheared, this whole pasture has grass in it. And as they get sheared, they're going to eat the grass. But all of these ones over here are going to, should have all of their wool. And as the process is happening, the grass is getting a chance to regrow. And when this is completely like mowed down by all of the sheep, I can hit this switch and turn this switch off and then run over to that side with the wheat, and they'll run over that side. Which I just realized, unless I have a blocking piece of fence on that side, they're gonna, they're going to, yep, that wasn't done, so I'm glad I put this stuff in this box. Then they can jump on the top of the fence and get out of the pen. I don't want to put that here. I mean, even just one piece of fence like that should allow them to only jump up and then hit this piece, but I may as well make it like this just to be sure. Jeeps. Yeah, give you a haircut too there, wandering trader. You come right through the sheep shearer 9000 here. Oh no! Okay, it wasn't that funny, but wow, I was not expecting them to be propelled like that. And what happened is it's like a collision thing. There's so many sheep trying to get into that corner that they're all pushing against each other, which it has a chain reaction of they all like end up colliding with each other with the force of the piston. It all adds up, so you end up with a freaking sheep catapult. Nope, back to the drawing board. Was not expecting that. I gotta put a roof on this thing to prevent the sheep from catapulting out of the freaking thing. Whee! I mean, yeah, I think that I do have to. And like, I don't want to make it out of blocks, because you can't see through blocks. And I want to be able to see what's happening, so it's got to be at least too high. So if I do like that, I mean, it's got to be just enough to prevent that initial jump from happening. That should work. I mean, it may as well come out this far too. Let's see what happens now. I was not expecting that. Like, whee! So if I hit the switch, okay. Yeah, the water doesn't appear to have enough force. How are they getting out? They're jumping over here, over there. Yeah, not really working as well as I would have hoped that it would. Gotta move these sheep out of here. The other thing that's happening is they're falling on this section, so I gotta turn this whole section into blocks. Yeah, and that's a real frustrating mechanic, is the sheep have, and the same thing with the cows, they have just enough pushback combined with the momentum reduction of the water so that you can't get out of one of those tunnels. Like, well, that's not what I wanted to do. Just don't want to have to go get another water source block. I was hoping that that would be like not hollow. underneath, like I was hoping I'd hit the very edge of where it was hollow. And I'm kind of disappointed with the force of the water there. It's not nearly as much as I would have expected it to be. I have to move wood outside. Can I get to that box from out here? No. Let's just launch the sheep into space. The Minecraft sheep space program. Phantom flying along, minding its own business, and it looks past and sees a terrified sheep up in the sky like, Yeah, well, that happened. Yeah, I gotta shut this off. You guys need to come over here. And then the thing that I'm seeing happening is it's probably going to be that the wool is going to get caught on that block right there. Oh, crap. Well, I mean, it makes it so I don't have to wonder where the wool is. I mean, at like the very least, like. But now I'm gonna have to put a block here and then put a fence on the top of that. Holy crap. And they're gonna climb right out this hole. You know, the same thing is probably going to happen, is the wool is going to jump up high enough to get on this block too. And now the question is, are they going to be able to jump through the water and get enough momentum from bouncing in the water to jump out this section up here? Which the answer is probably going to be yes. Okay, no, nice. How are they fighting the water current that much? Which, you know what that means is, over here on this section, I do have to put a fence where they, you know, once they've been sheared, they can't get back out. So I don't want to have to keep switching this thing. Which means I'm probably going to have to move this up some. So if I put like a piece of fence here with a because I put that right after the that's okay. I'll just have to move it. So now it should collect the wool. This should push them up over here, and the force of the other sheep in the shearing section should push them over to where the ones that are trying to push back toward the water shouldn't be able to get back out. And I said should like 6 times, so I'm probably wrong. Like, jeeps. Oh, no, 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 no. They made it just get out of the way. Just high enough to where that's gonna mess it up. So, come on guys, get in the pen. Yeah, you, up there. I mean, the wool physics, like, the wool really goes. And, like, not only do you not instantly pick up the wool, but, like, it works. Doesn't work great, but it's still much better than trying to run around in the pen and trying to fight through all the sheep and then not be able to see where the wool is. Where did my fence gate go? Like, where my whole stack of fence gate? Where did it go? It bugged out. Dude, guys, come on, man. Finally. Yeah, the same thing is happening. Is the force of the sheep behind the other sheep is propelling them farther than it should, or farther than you would assume that it would. Because what's happening is what's happening, and it's not what I think should happen. So if I put like a block over the top of that, so now they should only be able to go. Nope, it's not gonna work. I can't even walk past it. Oh, the sheep can get through. And I still can't get through it. I mean, it should make it so they're not or getting a boost that's high enough to make it to the edge of the fence like they were doing. They really push the character around, like. No, still better than just trying to do it the way, like the normal way. I'll just grab a cluster of them, bring them over to the shearing thing. No, I'm happy with that. Not happy with that. I don't know why I got it. Go check the shearing box. I mean, it is way better than it was. And I mean, they will passively make their way back over to the other pen. Let's see how much is in the collection box. Yeah. Still not quite perfected, but works pretty good. Jeeps. Thought that was stone. And leaving that side on but shutting this side off means that over time every one of them that's over here will eventually make their way over there. The jeeps. No. Jeep. Jeepy Jeep. Yeah, you can just stay free there, Jeep. This way I can collect them all from this side, like just like the cow pen, and not have to worry about, you know, fighting with as many sheep as there might be. But look, like they're already mostly on that side, just passively, just through, like, you know, the brute force method kind of thing. Like Eventually they'll wander around and path their way over to the thing, and eventually decide to jump up, and eventually jump over and then get stuck on this side. So it works, and I didn't have to build a second one. Sheeps. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a video here after I bring this wool back over to this iron block. Yeah. After I bring this wool over to the thing there. And again, the advantage of doing it this way is they can mill around in this side and like whatever. And even if they do eat all of the grass, I mean, they're all going to have their wool, because as they go through and as, you know, as they go from this side to this side and get stuck on that side, this is all going to be a totally green pasture with wool in it. Or, yeah, with wool in it. With grass in it for them to eat to get their wool back. Derp, derby derp. The theme song won't go away. I mean, I could probably extend this farther that way and then bring it back over. So if I want to collect those sheep on this way and bring them over to the shearing thing. But I mean, I don't want like a monstrous amount of sheep trying to get through this side. Like, bah, moo bah bah. Blah 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 blah. I mean, plus it's, you know, I kind of like just jumping in here with the beat in the left hand and then jumping on that block that they can't get out. And shearing a bunch and then clearing out the shearing thing. Go and grab another handful of them. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So let me go deliver this wool over to the village. I'll work on selling that stuff to them later. Because again, like if I start doing something else, I'm gonna lose track of what I'm doing and end up doing like 6 million more things and be like, just one more thing, and then I'm gonna call it a video, and it's like 7 hours later. Yeah, like somebody, and I can't even say that because I have had people like tell me that they just put the video on just for background noise and yeah. But there's a reason that I don't try to do like the overemphasized, exaggerated, like, no, I'm not, some people do like those kind of videos, but some people don't like those kind of videos where, like where if this iron golem was a zombie, they'd be like, oh, it's a zombie, it's a zombie, it's a zombie, it's a zombie. And like, I'm like, oh my God, like, I mean, my nephew, he loves those videos. So I'm not trying to shame anybody for liking those videos because, people like that. Personally, I don't personally like that, but I mean, there's some people that do. Like, there's a golem! There's a golem! Like, so that's the way that I approach doing these kind of videos is the same way I try to approach doing all the other kind of videos, is like, I try not to like hype stuff up. I know they can be kind of boring, but people do like this style of video. I mean, like, even with the Oblivion playthrough, I mean, like, it's not meant to be super hyped, like, and I got like, I mean, I can do, what I was about to say is like, you got like, you get like animated GIFs or memes, and you like big pop out, like bright colored text and stuff, and it's like, I mean, I'm also old, so I'm at the point now where it's like, get off of my lawn. Like this guy over here on my lawn. You gotta get off of my lawn, dude. I missed. There you go. Get off of my lawn. But like I said, my nephew loves those videos. And I'm aware of their existence. And I'm not knocking anybody that makes them because, people like them, and this is all for entertainment value. But the other thing that I've noticed that's happened a few times is people, like, they'll see a Minecraft video, and that's what they expect. They expect it, to be like, there's a creeper! And it's like, oh my God. Like, that might be funny for, like, a 30-second clip or whatever, but, like, the whole video is like that, and it's like, oh, no, dude, no. But yeah, again, not knocking the people that make the videos, not knocking the people that like the videos. I'm just not of that, I kind of prefer like more mellow stuff. Because again, I'm old guy playing Minecraft. But I think I'm gonna call it a video here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'm clicking the button right now.